yo. These motherfuckers just pissed me off. God. These people just pissed me off, man. What's up, though, people? We is back. I try to ride to the store, get some black and miles. They gonna call me. The only day I ain't got my license on me, they gonna call me. Had to run all the way home, come back up here. Now we live right here, yo. But we ready to get rolling, though, yo. Today, man, for one, salute to the Ravens, man. Even though I lost money, but salute to the Ravens. You know, big W today. You know, on a late night, Monday night tip. Yo, hit that like button, y'all. We ready rock and roll, though. We ready getting the Diddy. Diddy got a new lawsuit, y'all. Tony Busby, he going strong with the 120 lawsuits. I can't wait to hear what this one say. The last 6 was just as flimsy as a motherfucker. I can't wait to hear these. I think he filed 6 more. Oh, did I bring the broke light out the house? I can't catch a break. I got all these lighters. I bring the light that ain't got no floor. Fuck it. Let's get we gotta roll, man. Fuck this shit. Then we got FYBJ, man, and Lil Durk Clout chasing. Yo, it's amazing to me. I mean, I guess it ain't. You know, a lot of people probably don't know. Everybody not in the mix. Everybody not in the streets. Everybody don't really understand how things go. So it's kind of easy. It's kind of easy to pull the wool over some people's eyes. Yo, with that link between J-Mane and Durk does nothing to fix the problems in Chicago. Does nothing, yo. Absolutely, positively nothing. You heard me? Now what would be effective is they get them little bloodhound little dudes. Get them on board. If they can get the bloodhound little dudes on board, they might be working with something. Yo, but when it come down to Durk and 600 and Lamron and SL, EBT and all them guys, yo, that beef been over. That beef died with King Von and Duck in the indictment of the old Block 6. What's up, G, man? Yo, but I don't like people playing on that, yo. Like, I lost a lot of respect for Durk. I lost a lot of respect for Durk, yo, because you playing with a real situation. Knowing that goal is unattainable. It's unattainable. So why play with it? J-Mane been doing it for what, 2 years now? Ain't shit stopped. I don't fuck with it. You know, I'm gonna keep that shit real. You know, I'm gonna keep that shit real. Ain't no way. What's up, Sunday's Best? G-Man. Ain't no way you can stop a beef, yo. You can stop a war. You can stop anything. Just by linking up with J-Man, who definitely don't have no pulse on the streets. And then they say, well, you know, it's about reaching the kids. It's about the kids. Yeah, but the kids look up to the street guys. You got to go through the street guys to get the kids. That's the only way, yo, you can push peace, yo, if you really want to make a difference. You gotta touch the streets. You gotta go to the streets. You gotta go to the shooters. Now this symbolism on the internet, it looks good on TV. But that come on, man. Like I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that, yo. I don't. Cause we got real issues. It's real problems in Chicago. You know, parents really want peace. Parents want their kids to be able to go outside. And y'all niggas on the internet playing. Y'all on the internet playing, yo, while people's mothers still grieving. can't get behind that, yo. That's why I ain't get behind it when it was just J-Mane. And I can't get behind it when it's Durk, yo, because for one, who's STL-EBT? All the STL-EBT is on the internet. There ain't no more. And I guess what, 05, 6, what was the boy name? 065 Lil Mikey or something like that. And them 2 little dudes he run around with. Like, yo, that shit is done. It died. They should have tried this 7 years ago. Maybe it could have saved some lives. You understand what I'm saying? If they would have done this 7 years ago, before Duck died, before King Von died, before T. Roy died, they probably really could have got some things done. J Money, before he died, they probably really could have got some things done, man. But you can't push peace when everybody did. The war is over. Nobody won. You feel me? The war is over and nobody won. Everybody did and went to prison. And the ones that's still alive, pushing peace on the internet. Like, Durk was down bad for that, for real. You said what? Yeah, for real. Because that's all it's about. That's all it's about. That whole play was about monetizing. If you can remember, yo, J-Mane ain't took off until he adopted the Pushing Peace moniker. That's when he took off. Shit, we gonna push peace. Man, them boys are pushing paper. That's what they was really doing. And like I said, I don't fuck with that. Because you can get paper, you can get money, yo, without the extras. You know what I mean? You can get money without the extras. You ain't gotta play on a real situation. You don't. And like I said, they talking about reaching the kids. Yo, you can't reach. You gotta go through the shooters to get the kids. You feel me? You got to go through the shooters to get the kids, yo, because those are the people that they seeing every day. They're not seeing J-Mane. They're not seeing Durk. If they do see him, it's once in the blue. You gotta reach the people they seeing every day. That shit fucked up, yo, because I be reading the comments. I just be like, yo, damn, yo, we so fucking gullible, yo. I see why, yo, we be getting taken advantage of as a community. We gullible as a bitch. All you gotta do is tell us something. You ain't gotta provide no proof, no nothing. Just tell us, and we just run with it. Just because we wanna believe it. Shit, I would love to see some peace. Even if it is Chicago, shit. I know them little kids in Chicago, man, they want to come outside and play, man. They can't come outside and play because they out there wild gunfire. They wild gunfire. Shooting from a block away. Chicago is one of the leading cities that shoot innocent people. Chicago is probably like top 3. Chicago, Washington, D.C., Memphis, Tennessee. No, not Memphis. My bad. Dallas, Texas, and California. Look it up. More kids die under the age of 12 in those cities than anywhere. And they dying that young because they doing drive-bys. Drive-bys. I did a video on it. It's on my page somewhere. They doing a motherfucking drive-bys, man, hitting anybody. Look at the people that's upset. Mama Duck upset. A lot of people upset because it's too late for that. It's too late for that, y'all. It's too late to push peace on everybody dead, y'all. And the rest of them in prison, y'all. Should have pushed peace when D Rose is home. You feel me? When D Rose is home, my motherfucking Rondo #9 or C-Day. That's when it was time to push peace. It ain't time to push peace no more. It's done. Who's home? Yo, who is STL EBT? Can y'all name me 5 people? Even O-Block. Boss Top locked up. King Von dead. Muap locked up. What's that other little dude name? That's from Lamar. He in the wheelchair. Like, man, that shit there. Like, it sounds great, y'all. Like, it really do. It sounds great, y'all, but if we being real, and y'all know that's what we do on Keep It G News. If we being real, man, that shit is unattainable. It's not. I can't say it's unattainable because it's not even a beef no more. It's not even a beef no more. But so earlier today, right? Word got out that Diddy with 2. They say though, this the word, y'all. Diddy with 2 known people in the industry are a 13-year-old girl, y'all. After the VMAs, at an after party at the VMAs. An after party. Think about that for a second, y'all. Before we even read any documents. Think about that. A 13-year-old at an after party. Which means this is after the original party. You know, this is not the party. This is after the original party, which means say the party in at 11 o'clock. This party is after that. A 13-year-old kid. My question would be, where the fuck is the parents at? And how the hell did a 13-year-old kid get into a Diddy party? You understand what I'm saying? How did a 13-year-old kid get into a Diddy party? Where are these parents? Damn, y'all. Hold on, I gotta get my charger, y'all. Oh, good. All right, y'all. We back. Hit that like button, y'all. You ready to rock and roll? Now we do. Now we do when we does it. You know how we do when we do it. Dang, why I got a big gremlin, yo? God damn. That's a very harsh choice of words to use, man. A gremlin? Shit. But yo, do y'all want to watch what Law and Crime put out first, or do y'all want to read the paperwork first? Let's watch Law and Crime first, then we'll go to the paperwork. Law and Crime just dropped the video. Cause you know they're gonna be super biased, so we're gonna let them rock out. and then we're gonna get to the truth. Yeah, I think it's only right to do it that way. Learn with Ray, what's up? So we're gonna let them rock out, y'all. Then we're gonna get to the truth. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We is back.
Fight for the future
we is back. Y'all just drove all the way to the store, y'all. Just for them to tell me they need my ID. Had to drive all the way back home. I would have been live 15, 20 minutes ago.
The Timberwolves taking on the Clippers. It's game time. Let's talk later. Here comes
the wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward.
Now hold up, y'all.
Our team has.
Now y'all know we didn't talk about this guy. This the guy that announced 120 lawsuits before any of them was filed. Now so far he done filed 12. We done seen the first 6. Thumbs down. I don't believe nothing. I don't believe any of them. Not any of them. And I believe that the first 6 more than likely was the strongest lawsuits. But maybe he released the weak ones first, and they're gonna get stronger over time. Yeah, that shit out of control, bro. I'm down there 40. I was like, that shit pissed me off.
Has had at this point.
Hit that like button, y'all.
More than 3,285 individuals contact us.
Charlene.
With people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs.
Multiple new lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs are now public, accusing the disgraced rapper of sexual assault. And this new batch of lawsuits includes egregious new allegations, including claims from an Alabama woman who says that Combs drugged and raped her when she was just 13 years old. We're going to break down this disturbing new lawsuit as the one-time music mogul sits behind bars awaiting his federal criminal trial. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Hey guys, so this is a law and crime legal alert. So a mother was recently awarded millions of dollars in a lawsuit against baby ability to file a claim. Well, Texas attorney Tony Busby really wasn't kidding when he announced that he plans to file a wave of lawsuits on behalf of 120 alleged sexual assault victims of Sean Combs. He wasn't bluffing. And as he has said, he's not only going after Combs, but corporate entities too. And we reported to you how last week he filed 6 lawsuits, and now he has just filed a bunch more. I'll give you an example. We have one lawsuit now where a woman who claims
let me say this,
she was drugged and raped by Combs.
Let me say this, because we ain't talking about this yet. Now, y'all know how we've been talking about how they using these lawsuits to taint the jury pool. Diddy lawyer just filed a motion to stop this. Like, y'all is killing my client in public opinion. There is no way he can have a fair trial. They got to stop the announcing of these lawsuits. Now, the judge ain't ruled on it yet. But, we've been calling that shit out since the beginning. Like, when they start announcing lawsuits that they haven't filed.
It was during a Las Vegas event back in 2014. We have other claims that are more recent, by the way. These allegations are all from 2022. A businessman who claims that Combs sexually assaulted him during a Ciroc party back in 2022. A woman who claims she was drugged and raped by Combs at a house party in Manhattan back in 2022. Another man who claims he was drugged and repeatedly sexually assaulted by Combs and others, including an unnamed celebrity. This at an award show after party in LA back in 2022.
Straight up.
But the one we want to focus on right now is a very, very disturbing claim. As if all of these aren't disturbing, but this one is especially heinous because I think the best way to describe this is the very first paragraph of this new lawsuit. It reads, in the complaint, defendant Combs drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at a house party. Many others were present but did nothing to stop it. Some participated in it. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequence.
Yo, that had to been ruthless. Listen to that, y'all. Yo, that had to been fucking ruthless. Nobody got in trouble. Nobody went to jail. Like, people, I know people don't like Diddy, but we gotta question these lawsuits, y'all. You gotta question them. Yo, she said defendant Combs drugged and awed a 13-year-old girl at a house party. Many others were present, but did nothing to stop it. Some participated in it. So you was drugged and awed, and you knew many people was there. Nobody stopped it, and some participated. That's a lot of detail to know if you 13 and you drugged. That's a lot of fucking detail. God damn.
Consequences. He believes
Thanks,
he is
Charlene.
above the law. He is not. Yeah. Now again, I've said this before. While Combs is currently facing federal criminal charges of racketeering and sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution, none of those criminal charges are related to minors.
Thank you, Earl.
However, a number of these lawsuits...
Hey, Earl, you know we're going to get into that. You know we're going to get into that. So I'm going to let Law and Crime do that thing, and then we're going to read the whole lawsuit.
Including from Tony Busby, they focused on the alleged abuse of underage people. And it makes you wonder if Combs will be hit with a superseding indictment. That means when you go back to the grand jury for additional or revised charges, will Combs be hit with a superseding indictment that involves minors? Have to ask the question in light of these allegations. You have to wonder if any of the people who have sued Combs, are they cooperating with the government? You have to wonder if the government really has all the evidence they need to charge him with respect to minors, but maybe they're not doing so yet. Maybe they're keeping it in their back pocket for now. Maybe to push Combs to take a plea. Maybe they're only now getting this information and are authenticating it to bring these claims, to bring new charges. We don't know if their case will ever be about minors. I will tell you one thing. If minors come into the mix, it makes Sean Combs' defense to the federal criminal charges he's facing much more difficult.
Yeah,
his defense right now is everything was consensual. When you're dealing with minors, that defense doesn't work anymore.
That like button, y'all.
And by the way, as we're talking about high-profile people, as we're talking about unnamed celebrities in these lawsuits, including the one I'm about to get into, remember what Tony Busby told TMZ. He said that a number of high-profile people have even come to him already to settle their claims so they are not named in these lawsuits. It makes you wonder if the people that he mentions in these lawsuits are people who've already settled their claims, so they're not.
Or he said that because it's a bunch of bullshit. And all that was to create a media firestorm. All Tony Busby was saying that, yeah, it's gonna be others in this lawsuit. A lot of high profile people. Then come back and say, well, they reached out to us and we try and settle out of court. They reached out to us, so we don't mention their names. Maybe that was the case. Why does it have to be his scenario? Why it can't be the reverse? And that shit is a bunch of bullshit. And ain't no unnamed celebrities. maybe nobody witnessed these things. See, that's what propaganda does, y'all. They give you the information, then tell you how to digest it.
Named as defendants, they're not identified. I mean, if you think about it, that would be a PR and legal nightmare if they're named in these lawsuits, even though these are just allegations. The fact that they would be tied to Sean Combs right now, who's toxic, they might be avoiding that. So that might be one reason why we see unnamed celebrity 1, unnamed celebrity 2. Anyway.
Give us another reason.
We don't know exactly what's happening, but what we do know is that these allegations are a disturbing pattern regarding children. And I want to break down this lawsuit now. So this lawsuit is filed by Jane Doe. She's unnamed. And this was filed in federal court in the Southern District of New York. That is the same jurisdiction where Combs is being federally prosecuted. And in many ways, the lawsuit mirrors the allegations in the indictment. For example, the complaint reads...
Yo, what I tell y'all they was going to do? Every single lawsuit seems to mirror what you heard in the indictment. That's news to me. Is anybody surprised? Is anybody surprised that all of these lawsuits mirror what you heard in the indictment? But let's continue. Because we're gonna read the whole lawsuit.
Reads, quote, for decades, Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, PD, Love, abused, molested, raped, assaulted, threatened, and coerced women, minors, and others for sexual gratification to assert dominance and to conceal his abhorrent conduct. He accomplished these acts by and through a criminal enterprise built on his success as a rapper, record producer, and record executive. Again, very similar to the language that was used in the indictment to describe the racketeering conspiracy charge that he faces, that he allegedly operated.
Not all of
the
them.
Fed will print as much money as it
Probably
wants.
5% of them.
Unlike the U.S. dollar, gold has historically
and controlled this criminal enterprise to carry out various crimes like sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping. Those terms are actually both in this complaint and in the indictment. And I'm going to get into the other defendants who are being sued in this lawsuit besides Combs in a second, but I do want to call out a unique aspect to this lawsuit. And in fact, it's a unique aspect not just to this suit, but the other Tony Buzbee lawsuits. They almost use the same beginning language, the same preface, talking about Sean Combs' illegal empire, talking about the, quote, pervasive history of sexual assault and violence. So it's not even directly addressing the individual plaintiff's claims yet. It's kind of setting the stage to understand who the defendant is, the power that he wielded, the alleged danger and threat that he is, maybe as a way to explain why these defendants did not come forward initially with their claims. For example, this lawsuit reads, Combs' recurrent and pervasive physical abuse took place for multiple decades. His tendencies of violence and sexual assault were well known amongst his colleagues, employees, agents, and businesses. On numerous occasions, from at least in or about 1996 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women and men by striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. Combs also assaulted children, both physically and sexually.
That is a bunch of bullshit. This part, Combs assaulted women and men by striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at and kicking them. That is referencing Cassie. This whole sentence right here is referencing Cassie. So what the fuck is it doing in this lawsuit? Why is it in this lawsuit? This is referencing the video that we seen. He punched Cassie, dragged her, he threw a vase at her, and he kicked her. Why is it in this lawsuit?
Sexually. In 1996, Combs was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from the New York Post with a gun. In 1999, he was arrested and charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief in connection with assaulting a record executive.
So look, so what they doing is, y'all, let me show you what they doing. They gonna bring up everything that he done in the past to say, since he did these things, these claims I'm ready to give you gotta be true. You know, this is a horrible man. Look at what he did in the past. Look at the things that he did that he got caught for. So you can just imagine some of the things he got away with. That's what they doing, y'all. That's what they doing. But we're gonna let it rock because we're gonna read the whole lawsuit. Stick around.
By the way, I just have to call something out. Even besides those last legal cases that I just mentioned in this quote, the sexual assault allegations, the sex trafficking allegations, all of this are just allegations. He hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. He hasn't been found liable with respect to any of this yet. So it is interesting that Tony Buzbee is using this language to kind of build up his case, even though, again, to be clear, Sean Combs hasn't been found guilty and hasn't been found liable with respect to any of this, and he's been denying this anyway. And to couple that, the lawsuit also lays out all of the civil suits from the past year, from Cassandra Ventura to Joy Dickerson-Neal to Lisa Gardner to then Combs' arrest to his indictment, again, setting the stage. But it is also done for another reason. In the complaint, it reads, Combs' long history of violence against women unequivocally establishes that his actions are motivated by gender, both men and women. Combs has a profound contempt for women and a desire to dominate both minors and other men. His conduct shows a long-standing practice of denigrating, defeating, and attempting to humiliate men, women, and children. His practices and desires are different for men, women, and children, but his actions are unequivocally motivated by the victim's particular gender and age. Now, that is key. Why? Because Jane Doe, like the other people who are suing and being represented by Tony Buzbee, they are suing under something called the New York City Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act. This is something we've talked about before. This is a law that gives alleged victims a window to file claims that would otherwise be time barred, that would otherwise be too old to bring, until February 2025. That's why you're seeing a lot of these
go
lawsuits
live every day
now.
at 11 p.m.
And
Eastern
this
time.
law is for people who say that they are victims of crimes of violence that were perpetrated because of their gender. It doesn't have to just be sexual assault either. It can be any form of violence motivated by gender. So there has to be some sort of animus based on someone's gender. That's the key. That's why you're seeing this language. So with that in mind, here are the claims in this lawsuit. The complaint alleges that on September 7th, 2000, Jane Doe, a woman from Alabama, who was then 13 years old, had a friend drop her off at Radio City Music Hall in New York City to attend the VMAs, the Video Music Awards. Now, Jane Doe claims that she didn't have a...
Yo, what that sound like to y'all? Yo, this is what I want to get people to understand. Yo, whatever's going on in the industry, all the rumblings that we heard over the years, if that's going on, it's a system that they want to continue. So this is my thing, yo, with the Diddy situation. So we know there's quid pro quo going on in the industry, right? Locking up Diddy ain't going to stop it. It ain't going to solve it because that's how they want it to run. There's always going to be a favor for a favor. There's always going to be people with power using their power to get other people that want power, that want money, that want resources. They're always going to use that against them. Always. So locking Diddy up ain't changing nothing. Now, this 13-year-old said she was dropped off at 13 at Radio City Music Hall for a party at the VMAs. Think about that, y'all. What do that sound like to y'all? What do that sound like to y'all? A 13-year-old getting dropped off to a party. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, Earl. It ain't no parents. It's some other shit going on. If what she's saying is true, it's some other shit going on.
Ticket to get into the VMA. So instead, she says she approached the limo drivers that were outside as a way to get inside. Quote, one of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. He told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden? There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Not allowing her into the awards, but inviting her to an after party. So the driver allegedly told her, here, come back later that night at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then he would take her to the after party. She says that's what happened. She comes back. The driver apparently drives her to a large white house about 20 minutes away.
Yo, this is
and
bold.
Once inside, she claims she was asked to sign an NDA, which would prevent her from talking about what happened at this after party. She claims she signed it, but she wasn't given a copy. So then she says she goes inside, and she describes the scene inside the house as being filled with many celebrities. There were drinks, there was loud music, there was drug use like marijuana and cocaine. And then this is where she says things took a very dark turn. Quote, plaintiff accepted a drink, a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just one drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down.
So she's 13 years old.
Is what Jane Doe claims is a photograph of an actual, quote, exemplary container.
Hey, Charlene,
Combs or his associates
hey, Charlene, you get what I'm saying, Charlene? You get what I'm saying? What does that sound like to people? Like, yo, this is what I'm doing. This shit is sickening. It's disgusting. But this is the industry. This is how it always ran. This is how they wanted to run. You can't participate in this shit and then claim a victim. Can't do it. And where's this 13-year-old parents? How are they absolved? If all of this is true, how is this 13-year-old parents absolved of any wrongdoing? How? Don't make sense. Don't make sense, y'all. Trying to tell you. Hit that like button. It don't get no realer than Keep It G News.
To inject GHB into these drinks. The complaint continues, looking for a place to rest. Plaintiff entered what she believed to be an empty bedroom so she could lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. Soon after, Combs, along with a male and female celebrity, entered the room. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her, and said, "You are ready to party." Combs then threw plaintiff toward another male celebrity, Celebrity A, again unnamed, who removed plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Celebrity A, who raped her while Combs and Celebrity B, a female, watched. After the male celebrity finished, Combs then raped plaintiff while the Celebrity A and Celebrity B watched. Combs attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him, but she resisted by hitting Combs in the neck. He stopped. Plaintiff grabbed her clothes and shoes and left the bedroom, roaming naked through the house looking for the exit as the party continued. That means there were witnesses to see what happened here. Once outside, plaintiff put her clothes back on and left the scene in the dark. Eventually, plaintiff reached a gas station. A female clerk noticed her distressed and allowed her to use the phone. Plaintiff called her father and admitted that she had lied about her whereabouts and asked him to pick her up. After the assault, plaintiff fell into a deep depression, which continues to affect every facet.
Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. So what the father did? What did the father do? You just picked up your 13-year-old child from the middle of fucking nowhere. She lied about where she was at. And what did the father do? Nothing? Man, get the fuck out of here. Yo, we're gonna read the whole indictment. Maybe, we're gonna read the whole indictment. Cause you know they got a habit of keeping shit out. So we're gonna read the whole indictment.
Life. Okay, so clearly a very, very disturbing
This shit probably happened in 1920.
It's on par with the other allegations that we've heard about Combs. Parties, alleged drugging, followed by sexual assault. Now, of course, as I said, these are allegations. Of course, Combs will have an opportunity to defend himself. And, from a legal point of view, I wonder if his attorneys could argue, well, she claims she was drugged and disoriented. How exactly does she remember all these details? How does she remember?
Did I just say that? Didn't I just say that? It don't make all of these lawsuits say they was drugged. But they always, like how, everybody was drugged, but everybody remember Diddy. Everybody was drugged, but everybody remembers Diddy. That makes absolutely no sense. Can people people got to put their personal feelings about Diddy to the side and just use their brain. I know it's hard, it's hard for people not to get emotional and use their emotions and to try to rationalize the situation. But I don't fuck with Diddy. I think Diddy did horrible business. I think he did some fucked up things to Shine. I ain't like what he did to the Locks, but I'm not going to sit here and watch this shit happen and sit back and act like everything cool. Man, hell no. It's a bunch of bullshit. Man, you already know, T-Red.
Remember all of this? Is she able to remember all of this 24 years later? And of course, there are obviously a lot of counter responses to that.
Hey, John, we talking about people that was drugged.
But the point is, Combs will probably assert a defense that this did not happen.
Oh, that's not my bad.
Now, in the lawsuit, Jane Doe not only sues Sean Combs, but also several Combs businesses, their entities, like Daddy's House Recording Studio Inc. and Bad Boy Entertainment. The lawsuit
I should never confirm
Combs'
none of that.
business enterprise is central to the pervasive acts of sexual assault and abuse committed by him during the last decades. On the surface, each of these businesses served a legitimate purpose related to entertainment, music, and other subjects, but in reality, Combs, by and through himself and his agents, employees, and contractors, used these businesses to sexually assault, abuse, threaten, and coerce hundreds of individuals through sexual quid pro quo schemes, as well as to take advantage of individuals with impunity.
Hey, but that word, quid pro quo. That's the music industry, y'all. This is the music industry. And if you want to be a part of the industry, you subject yourself to that. You subject yourself to that treatment. Especially if you coming into a situation and you ain't got no leverage. That's why, yo, some people wait till they get leverage before they go into these doors. Because I already got the numbers. I'm already getting the money. You can't use no leverage against me because I walk away, I bail out gracefully and walk away fine and just continue doing my own thing. But what happens is, y'all, people want to take shortcuts. They want to take shortcuts. So, en route to this shortcut, they willing to sacrifice morals, principles, dignity, honor. They willing to sacrifice manhood in order to get to this next level that most of them will never reach. So when they don't reach it, now I was a victim. Now they assaulted me. Now they ain't assault you. You knew what the fuck you was doing. It was a favor for a favor. They just ain't make do on their promises. But this is the industry, is what I'm trying to explain to people. This is how this shit work. And if this was, all right, let's just speculate, right? Let's speculate. Let's say that in this industry, right, they prey on underage kids, period. They prey on underage kids. This is just an example, right? How is this happening? How can you stop this? How can you stop this process? Because it got to be a process. It's been going on for too long. So it has to be people that gives their kids to these people. It has to be a situation like that. We just speculating, y'all. It has to be a group of parents that gives their kids to these people. But why, when these people get arrested and these people get charged, you never hear from the parents? So it's like, do y'all really want to stop this? If they really are preying on underage kids, do y'all really want to stop this? Or do y'all just want to lock people up every now and then and use it against them because they jumped outside the lines? Which one is it? I'm all for, yo, justice for victims. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not for this, because this ain't about justice. We know why they coming after Diddy. I think most people know why they coming after Diddy. It ain't got shit to do with Cassie. It ain't got nothing to do with justice. Diddy crossed the line. And when you cross the line, you gotta pay. But if they really want to stop quid pro quo, you gonna have to start locking up some of these motherfucking parents. And they ain't. So what do that tell people? If they're not locking up the parents, what do that tell people? That tell me. You know what that tells me? It's business as usual. This is how they want it to run. As disgusting, as sick as it is, this is how they want it to run. What's up, Scotty?
Thinking the victims would never have any recourse. By the way, that really goes to the racketeering charge.
Exactly, Ted. You get it.
More specifically, and now tied to the allegations facing Jane Doe, who claims that she was assaulted at age 13, the lawsuit reads, the Combs business enabled and inspired
you
Combs
confused.
to
You don't know
commit
what
the crime
happened.
of violence motivated by gender because Combs sexually assaulted plaintiff at a party related to or referencing Combs' business. On information and belief, Combs' businesses routinely...
All right, yeah, we're gonna go to the whole indictment. Hey, John, if that was the case, they been knew Diddy was moving like this. You think they just found out Diddy was moving like this in 2024? Man, fuck no. Because if the whole industry is moving like this. This ain't something just particular to Diddy. Everybody moving like this. If it's true. What's up, Reed? All right, so this is the lawsuit. Jane Doe. Defendant Combs drugged and ordered a 13-year-old girl at a house party, Many others were present, but did nothing to stop it. Some participated in it. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. So let's get to the whole complaint. He accomplished these acts by and through a criminal enterprise built on his success as a rapper, record producer, and record executive. Combs is one of the wealthiest musical artists in the world. Behind this facet of being a 3-time Grammy Award winner, discovering and developing multiple famous musical artists, and ranking on Forbes' list of the highest paid entertainers in the world, there existed something sinister, a dark underbelly of crime, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery, and prostitution. Combs is a menace to society, women, and children. While his wealth has kept him above consequence for years, Combs now faces the awesome power of the American judicial system, and ultimately a jury of his peers will be asked to punish him for his deplorable conduct described herein. Combs' business enterprise is central to the pervasive acts of sexual assault and abuse committed by him during the last decade. Combs operated his business headquarters at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Book Holdings. All right. All right. Let's get to what happened. Hold on, what's that? Combs constituted. All right. Say for years, Combs and his business engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women, men, and minors. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of this pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated both men and women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with both commercial sex workers and unsuspecting partygoers. Combs ensured participation from these individuals by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them with or without their knowledge, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation, violence, and illicit drugs. Yo, all of this is about Cassie. So why is this in the lawsuit? All of this is about Cassie. This is in the indictment. Combs ensured participation from these individuals by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them with or without their knowledge, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same. Yo, this is supposed to be about a 13-year-old girl. How did he control her career? How did he leverage his financial support on her and threatening to cut off the same, using intimidation, violence, and illicit drugs? How did that happen? What's up, Robert? Combs particularly financed the use of the popular date rape drug Rufinol, or GHB, to commit heinous non-consensual acts of sexual violence and into countless victims. Combs often secretly used the drug and the alcohol beverage served at his parties. Where's the truth, yo? Like, where's the proof for any of this? And that fake rumor going around that they found GHB in the baby oil is a bunch of baloney. It's not true. That's some shit the internet made up. What's up, Jimmy? Were forced to consume the alcoholic beverage containing GHB either prior to entering or while at Combs' party. There are also allegations of Combs dousing victims in lotion or similar body oils, also laced with GHB. So, yo, these are wild parties. Yo, y'all got to understand, yo, most of these celebrities, this is how they live. They live on the edge, man. They living like they sniffing cocaine. They living like rock stars. You know, they have wild sex orgies. That's drug induced. That's their lifestyle. And you can either choose to be a part of it or choose to back out of it. But you can't choose to be a part of it and then play victim. No, that don't go like that. It ain't never went like that. Like I told y'all, if I go into a bank and rob it and get killed in the process, am I a victim or am I still a suspect? If I try to rob, if I try to steal somebody's car and I get killed in the process, am I still a victim? I knew it was consequences if I tried to steal this car. I knew it was a chance something can happen to me. Am I still a victim? A lot of these people are going into this situation knowing what they're going in there for. They're going in there to get closer to stardom. They're going in there to get an advance in their music career. They're going in there with an objective in mind. You understand? So they can't then come back and play victim when they went there for this exact same reason. You went there to have the time of your life. That's what you went there for. But let's continue, because we talking about a 13-year-old. So that drug will be absorbed through the victim's skin and make it easier to assault him or her. Further, it is well known that Combs had a practice of lacing water bottles with other substances, such as Xanax, and distributing them at his parties. Combs' recurrent and pervasive physical abuse took place for multiple decades. His tendencies of violence and sexual assault were well known amongst his colleagues, employees, agents, and businesses. On numerous occasions, from at least in or about 1996 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women and men by striking, punching, dragging. All right, so we already saying that. That's the things he did to Cassie. I don't know why it's in this lawsuit. So these are other lawsuits that he faced over the years. Lawsuits that he faced over the years. Okay, plaintiff Jane Doe is a female who resides in Alabama. Okay. So where was the VMAs that year? Because she's from Alabama. Well, she resides in Alabama. Okay. Excuse me. Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We go live every day at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. We the only channel keeping it all the way real from the beginning. We ain't never wavered. Like some of these other channels did. Combs used the Bad Boy premises, recording studio, and other in their ownership, entitles that Bad Boy to commit unlawful sexual acts against plaintiff described herein and hold up. On information and belief, all active Bad Boy entities are now owned and or controlled by Combs and or by Combs Global. Combs used the Bad Boy premises, recording studio, in their ownership entitles that Bad Boy to commit the unlawful sexual violence against plaintiff described herein, and or to harass and subsequently intimidate him into silence after the R. Why is it him? I thought we was talking about a girl. I don't know, we trying to find where she get the explaining this stuff at. I don't need it by him. Use personal interest. Serve as vehicles for Combs to move, dispose. All right, here you go. Factual allegations. Are y'all ready? These are the facts of the allegations. On or about September 7th, 2000, plaintiff, then 13 years old, had a friend drop her off at Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could try to attend the Video Music Awards. Yo, at 13 years old, yo, this is unbelievable, y'all. Yo, right here, enough is unbelievable, y'all. At 13 years old, 13, not 16, not 17, but 13. 13. No, yo, this 13-year-old was by herself. Had got dropped off by a friend. So who's your friend at 13 years old that's driving? Yo, when I was 13, ain't none of my friends drive. Did any of y'all friends drive at 13? All right, I'm gonna keep reading. On or about September 7th, 2000, plaintiff, then 13 years old, had a friend drop her off at Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could try to attend the Video Music Awards, VMAs. Plaintiff arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. As the event began, the crowd moved inside, but plaintiff, without a ticket, remained outside, determined to get into an after party. So she was determined to get into an after party. She approached several limousine drivers, attempted to talk her way into the VMAs. Yo, what the fuck out of here? Yo. So, picture this, y'all. A 13-year-old got dropped off at the VMAs. And at 13, you had the wherewithal to say, let me talk to a few of these limousine drivers to see if I can, butter them up. A 13-year-old, y'all? 13? Yo, this is a highly advanced 13-year-old. It's like to me, she had a job to do. I could be geeking, but it sounded like me, she was on a job. And what job would hire a 13-year-old? And where's these parents? Where's these parents? But let's continue. Because I opened the screen up. The screen is opened up, so y'all can see. So I can't use the scroll pad. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. He told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for. Not allowing her into the awards, but inviting her to an after party. So where was this girl from the time the awards was going on to the after party started? Where was she? Remember, she got dropped off, y'all. So the driver instructed plaintiff to return around 9:30 or 10 p.m., promising to take her to the party. Later that evening, plaintiff excitingly returned to the driver, who drove her alone in a black limousine with black interior. So you got a grown man limousine driver, picked up a 13-year-old and was driving her around. She's by herself, Tara. She is by herself. She got dropped off. After approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at a large white house with a gated U-shaped driveway. Once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a non-disclosure agreement, informing her that she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave them her name and signed the form but did not receive a copy. Inside the house, plaintiff recognized many celebrities in what appeared to be a living room. Wait staff carried trays of drinks and loud music played throughout the house. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. So she was at 13. Yo, my son 13, he don't know. My son is 14. He couldn't tell you what cocaine is. I don't even think he can tell you what marijuana is. For real. But plaintiff accepted a drink. So the 13-year-old accepted a drink, y'all. Y'all gotta follow me with this because it's gonna get tricky. A reddish yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. So I'm assuming it's alcohol in the drink. After drinking just one drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplary container used by Combs and his agents employed to insert GHB into alcohol drinks is seen below. This is an example. But you see how they put this in here like they got this from his house. Like she provided them with this. But look at the word they use. A photo of an actual exemplary container used by Combs and his agent employees to insert GHB into alcohol drinks is seen below. So these pictures are better off not even being there because they're irrelevant. Those pictures are irrelevant to the because it's just an example. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff entered what she believed to be an empty bedroom, so she could lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. Soon after, Combs, along with male and female celebrity, entered the room. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party?" Yo, what do this sound like to y'all, man? Like, yo, can we be real? Can we be real? Yo, what do this sound like to y'all? Can at least two people tell me what do this sound like to y'all? Like, really? What do this sound like to y'all? Y'all want me to explain what this sound like to me? This like somebody that's dead, they got a job to do. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, how this job came to fruition, I don't know. But this sounds like a person that's there on business at 13 years old, y'all. Fucked up. But who sent this girl? Who sent this girl? Who sent her? Why are they not in trouble? If that's to say everything true. I think it's bogus. But if everything is true, who sent this girl, man? She got, listen, y'all, this is where we at right now. She got dropped off at the VMAs. She couldn't get in. So she decides to, all right, I can't get in. She decides to flirt with the limousine drivers. Let's say it's 10 limousine drivers outside. She decided to flirt with them all. She runs across Diddy limousine driver. He tell her, look, you can't go in the VMAs, but it's an after party. You know, you come back here around 9, 10 o'clock. I got you. 9, 10 o'clock comes. She runs across his limousine driver. If this was Diddy limousine driver, I don't know why he was still there, because Diddy is at the party. So this limousine driver stayed. This limousine driver stayed and waited for this 13-year-old. Took her to the party. She signs a non-disclosure. Gives her alcohol at 13. She drinks it. She feels woozy. She goes to the room. Now, I'm sure this is a huge house. I'm sure this is a huge house. So out of all the rooms in the house, Diddy and these two other celebrities go to her room. All right, now let's continue. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Who's Tanias? All right, so Combs aggressively approached the plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You ready to party?" Combs then threw plaintiff toward another male celebrity. He threw her. God damn. Celebrity A, who removed plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by celebrity A, who vaginally eyed her, while Combs and celebrity B, a female, watched. Remember, y'all, she's high as a motherfucker. While after the male celebrity finished, Combs then vaginally eyed plaintiff, while celebrity A and celebrity B watched. What's the question, Ivan? This is back in 2000. So, if someone sent her to frame Diddy, then why did it take 24 years? Because she was there to do a goddamn job. She was there to do a job, man. Yo, what I'm trying to get people to understand, yo, as fucked up as it may be, we'll never move like this. But this is the industry. This is the industry. And in the industry, if these things are true, it's a system. It's the system that allows these things to happen. These people that's involved in this system, they know what they're doing. You can't come back 24, however many years later and say you was art. No. Maybe age-wise, but you got to understand this is a system. Y'all, I need people to understand that. This is a system. If everything is true, I think it's bogus. But if everything is true, where's the people that's running this system? Why are they not in jail? They the people that need to be in jail. The people that's making sure this system runs smooth. Why aren't they in jail? The parents that give their children to this system. Why aren't they in jail? Because they don't want them. Because that'll fuck up the whole system. The system ain't gonna run no more. This system is gonna continue to run with Diddy or without Diddy. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand, yo. It's gonna run with Diddy or without him. Because that's how they want it to run. Now, to us, it sounds crazy because we'll never operate like that. We'll never operate like that. Fuck no. But in that world, it's people call it demonic. It's a fucked up world. It's a fucked up world, man. Yo, this girl, and it's fucked up, yo, because she's 13, yo, she sounds like a fucking prostitute. She was sent there to do a job. Think about it, y'all. She got dropped off at 13 to the awards by herself. Couldn't get in. Just lingered around. Talked to the limousine drivers. Yo, we talking about a 13-year-old. A 13-year-old did this. y'all gotta understand what I'm saying, man. Then the limousine driver tells shit, come back. At 13 years old, I don't know where she went for the hours remaining. She came back. The driver waited for her. Mind you, this is supposed to have been Diddy's driver. But Diddy didn't leave with this driver. This driver waited for her specifically. Waited for her. And took her to the party. Where she was welcomed with open arms. At 13. Nobody questioned why she's here. They gave her drinks. Then she got drunk and went into a rum. Any rum. At 13 years old. Who the fuck does that? You at a party. You just gonna walk into a rum and go to sleep? Man, fuck no. I ain't never, man. We're gonna continue. Now, I don't analyze these motherfuckers. These people sick. Did y'all see that video I did on Kanye West and read them text messages he was sending that girl? These motherfuckers are weirdos. Combs attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him, but she resisted by hitting Combs in the neck. He stopped. Plaintiff grabbed her clothes and shoes and left the bedroom, roaming naked through the house, looking for an exit as the party continued. Roaming naked through the house at 13 years old, y'all. Once outside, plaintiff put her clothes back on and left the scene in the dark. What the fuck does that mean? She left the scene in the dark. Okay, let's continue. Eventually, plaintiff reached the gas station. A female clerk noticed her distress and allowed her to use the phone. Plaintiff called her father, admitted that she lied about her whereabouts, and asked him to pick her up. And he just came, and that's it. So what happened after that? After the assault, plaintiff fell into a deep depression, which continues to affect her facet of life, every facet of life. Plaintiff hereby incorporates each of the foregoing paragraphs as is fully set forth herein. By forcing sexual conduct onto a plaintiff as a minor, defendant Combs committed a crime of violence motivated by gender under the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act, as defined in New York Administrative Code, whatever. The requirement that the crime of violence be committed because of gender or on the basis of gender and due, at least in part, to an animus based on the victim's gender is satisfied because defendant Combs forced minor plaintiff to engage in a sexual interaction without consent. Jane Doe could not effectively consent because of her age. The non-consensual sexual touching of a minor herein presented a serious risk of serious physical injury, and in fact caused such injury. Gender animus inheres when consent is absent. Consent is absent. Combs' long history of violence and sexual abuse against women invents a deep contempt and desire for domination over women. Combs' business enabled and conspired with Combs to commit the crime of violence motivated by gender because Combs sexually assaulted a plaintiff at a party related to or referencing Combs' business on information that, in belief, Combs' businesses routinely committed sexual assault and gender-motivated violence as detailed in other civil suits to further the business purpose of Combs' enterprise. Given Combs' long-standing he's gonna beat most of these fucking lawsuits. Like, yo, these lawsuits is garbage, y'all. Garbage. And this is the guy. See, this is what I believe, y'all. So that's the end of the lawsuit. So this is what I believe, y'all. I believe they throwing these lawsuits out here to tank the jury pool. They know these lawsuits are frivolous. They know they frivolous. They know they not getting no money. They're throwing these lawsuits out here, yo, to make the court process easy. That's it, and that's all. That's all they doing, y'all. They trying to make it easy so when he do go to court, the jury already gonna have guilt in mind. Man, Nick, it sounds crazy. It sounds insane. Only way you can make sense of this 13-year-old girl is if she was a fucking prostitute and somebody was pimping her. That's the only way you can make sense of it. The only way you can make sense of it is she was a prostitute and somebody was pimping her, and the industry deals with these people. They deals with these pimps. And these pimps bring them girls, no matter what age. But my thing is, where's the fucking parents? Where's the parents? Yo, we done heard Justin Bieber was given to the industry. B2K was given to the industry. Usher was given to the industry. Yo, if all these horrible things happen, why don't these parents never take no accountability, y'all? I believe because that's how the system works. So who the fuck are we to be like, yo, this man, he's disgusting. He need to go to jail. He need to go to this. Yo, that's how this system fucking works. It's a fucked up system. It's dirty. I'd never be a part of it. Most of us would never be a part of it. But you know why? That's why we not a part of it. That's why we couldn't imagine or fathom the things that these people would do, and the things that people would do for success, and the things that people would do for money, and the things that people with money will do to people that don't got money, because we ain't living that type of lifestyle. We ain't living that type of lifestyle. Nikki, that's what I believe. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And in that case, are you a victim? Can you then come back and claim victim? Yeah, he ready beat the yo, but this is what I'm saying. I think they know he gonna beat these lawsuits. These lawsuits are just to tank the jury pool because they want to run over them in court. Yo, it's not gonna be a person on that jury that didn't hear that Diddy got 120 lawsuits. It ain't gonna be a person on that jury. That's why, let me show y'all this. Diddy lawyer just filed a motion to stop them from doing this. Is this? Let's check this out. Hit that like button, y'all.
Brags about how rich he is.
Yeah, we should be at 100 likes, y'all.
And promises to lower taxes for big billionaires.
If y'all want to support the channel, yo, Cash App Baltimore Swag, yo, support the movement, man.
Harris will.
I'm not a rich YouTuber, man.
Cut taxes for 100 million families.
And unlike Donald Trump, I will always put working families first.
Yes.
And now to the torrent of sexual assault allegations filed against Sean Diddy Combs just this week alone.
Yeah, now his defense team is asking the federal judge to start revealing who his accusers are. They say that's the only way that they can prepare and have a fair trial.
Pix 11's Anthony DiLorenzo is live in Lower Manhattan after pouring through the newest court filings. Anthony.
Actually got something funny.
Well, Shirley, Diddy's been behind bars since his arrest last month, and now his attorneys say they want to know who the women are that are accusing him, as well as some men, so that they can mount a vigorous defense on his behalf. Sean Diddy Combs fighting back from behind bars amid a wave of new accusers coming forward this week. His attorneys filing this motion in his criminal sex trafficking case, asking the judge to allow the names of his alleged victims be made known. Attorney Mark
easy player. They're not going to mention that. That was all clickbait. See, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, y'all. The media is playing dirty. They playing dirty. They not. I told y'all from the beginning, yo, nobody else is getting in trouble. You're not going to hear any other names because it wasn't for that. They said that they did that press conference just to garner attention. It was to garner attention. It was like, shit, if we say this, the whole world is going to watch. And ain't nobody else, because this is personal, y'all. This is personal. This ain't about cleaning the industry. Because if they was cleaning the industry, they'd be locking these parents up that give their kids to the industry. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. If they really cared, they was lock these parents, because that's the only way to stop it. The only way to stop it is to lock the parents up. If the parents start getting in trouble for giving their kids to this fucked up ass industry, that's how you end it. But they don't want to end it. They don't want to end it. They just want to grab people whenever they get out of line and make them the fucking face of the shit. That's what they do. What it is, what it is.
Philo blaming a hysterical media circus that could deprive Diddy of a fair trial, saying Combs should have the right to respond to allegations of uncredited accusers.
We got a racist in the building, y'all.
Ashley Parham's attorney says she wanted her name and story out there.
We have a lot of situations, especially in this arena, where we have accusers seemingly hiding behind a moniker, like the pseudonym Jane Doe.
Parham alleges she was drugged and gang raped in 2018 by the bad boy mogul in California. The plaintiff claims she reported the alleged incident to multiple law enforcement agencies, but none took her complaint seriously.
I have no reason to doubt her story. I have had her tell me this story multiple times.
Combs' camp called.
None of them took her complaint seriously. I wonder why. I wonder why they didn't take it seriously, y'all.
Calling the 100-plus anonymous lawsuits false and outright absurd, saying the guessing game of baseless allegations is designed to exact the payoff. Gloria Allred represents.
Hold on. Yeah, my phone had died, bro. I don't know how the bitch died. It was on the charger. Hold up, y'all. We ready to get back rocking. Yo, appreciate everybody that stayed. How the fuck my damn phone died? Shit on the fucking charger. Just died on me. But all right. Yeah, yo, it's a dirty game, yo. It's a dirty game, y'all. But this the game these motherfuckers play. But I wanted to show y'all what Diddy lawyer did.
Election season is here. Remember, who you vote for is secret. But whether you vote is public information.
That like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Your voting record will be updated.
Make sure y'all check out my uploads too.
Family will be able to look up how.
No, this one of the only channels that's going to tell y'all the truth about this Diddy shit. You know, we've been calling that shit from the beginning. From the beginning. What I tell y'all, matter of fact, what I tell y'all if he do file any of these lawsuits, what I tell y'all they was going to be. I went to a party, this person seen it, this person, man, it's all a bunch of BS. All right, but look. No, Jesus loves you too, man.
When it comes to Sean Combs' bail and pretrial detention, we're going to break down some new filings in this case. Could Sean Combs be set free?
Exactly, Brittany. It's the industry.
Law and crime.
And Brittany, and that's what I'm saying. If they not taking down the industry, if they're not taking down the whole industry, then what the fuck is this for? What is this for? If they're not taking down the whole industry, I'm talking about the whole structure. If they're not taking down the whole structure, the parents, the traffickers, the artists that participate in it, then what is this? What is it? It's bullshit, y'all. I'm saying, y'all. I'm all for cleaning up the whole shit. They shouldn't be operating like this. You shouldn't be using your influence and your money to put people in compromising situations. I don't like nothing about it. But if they're not breaking the whole thing down, then what is this, yo? We just gonna keep taking one person and then saying it's your fault? Yo, locking Diddy up is not stopping this. It's not stopping it. This is how these motherfuckers operate. When you're living in that world, that's how you fucking operate. It's the sad reality. Right, Brittany. And you got people thinking that they ready to expose people. Ain't nobody else getting exposed, man. All that shit just clickbait to get you lured into it.
Okay, so we have some developments regarding the Sean Combs case, and
exactly,
it concerns his pretrial release. And as we know,
Combs currently
sits
my motherfucking girl. What it is?
Detention center out in Brooklyn as he awaits trial on federal sex crimes charges, racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. And he is sitting there because he was denied bail twice. This is despite offering a bail package of $50 million, home confinement, a security team to monitor him essentially 24/7, visitor logs provided to the court, no telephone or internet access, limited visitors coming to that property.
And Mustang Mike, see that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Mustang Mike. So why? So how is this happening? Yo, everybody knew, or at least you had an idea that Diddy move wild. Diddy. You see, we showed the video with Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson had to move his hand, Diddy played wild games. You feel me? Like, everybody knows this. So why would you allow your child around him? Why would you allow your child? Look at that video I did when I talked about Diddy and Justin Bieber. We did a whole live on it. Crazy live. We listened to Justin Bieber's mother. We let her talk. Yo, it looks like, it's two. For one, it's all single mothers. It's all single mothers that they prey on. And it's two types from what I noticed so far. It's the Justin Bieber mother, the one that's mentally, physically, and financially broken. That'll do anything, desperation, that'll do anything to get out her situation. And then you got the other parent that's hell-bent on greed, success, stardom, and they sacrifice their children for that shit, man. That shit should be a fucking crime. It should be a crime. Yo, back in the day, right? And I ain't never operate like this, yo. But back in the day, yo, when I was selling drugs and shit, I'm talking about when I was young and selling drugs, not adult, but young and selling drugs. Yo, it was fiends that'll offer you their fucking child to get high. I ain't never participated in it. Man, I ain't fucking with high. I ain't doing no shit like that. But they will offer you that. They will offer you their child to get high, y'all. It's the same concept. These motherfuckers is offering their children for fucking fame, for success, for monetary gain. It's fucked up. But they're getting away with it. Which leads me to believe that that's how they wanted to run. Yo, R. Kelly case. Y'all gotta see that live when I compared Diddy, R. Kelly, and Epstein and Weinstein. R. Kelly case. Yo, it was evidence through text messages. The court seen it. That them mothers was preying on R. Kelly. Preying on him. Telling their children what to do to seduce him. Telling their children, you know he like them young. Don't have sex with him yet. Because if you have sex with him now, he ain't going to listen to your music. They didn't get in trouble for that shit. They knew their children was minors. R. Kelly didn't. R. Kelly thought they was of age. And they didn't get in trouble for that shit. Easy be what it is.
Now, the problem for Sean Combs is that the courts were persuaded by the prosecution's argument. The gravity of Combs' allegations, the weight of the evidence, the potential danger he is to society, the risk of flight, and the allegations that he had been improperly contacting witnesses.
Robert Cherry would give corporations a tax handout
Now,
while ripping off
y'all,
middle-class families.
I told y'all about the
Cyber
situation,
charter
yo.
school is
When I
ready
had to highlight a witness.
being a leader.
Yo, you can talk to a witness, yo, as long as you don't threaten them. It's not a crime.
Now, Combs appealed the latest decision to deny him bail. He appealed it to a higher court in New York. It's called the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. Now, in Combs' bail motion, and we've talked about this on a previous sidebar, so I'm going to get to this before I get into the new stuff, but they wrote, this case does involve extreme and unusual circumstances, but none that typically foreclose bail or warrant forcing Sean Combs to defend himself from a prison cell. What is extreme and unusual about this case is that Mr. Combs was detained immediately after he was charged. He goes on to say, the sensationalism surrounding his arrest has distorted the bail analysis. Mr. Combs was not released pending trial, even though he offered to comply with restrictive conditions that would have prevented any conceivable risk of flight or danger. Now, in this motion, Combs denies the government's accusations of obstruction. His attorneys concede that, yes, he spoke with people about the civil lawsuits that he was facing. Remember, he's been hit with a number of lawsuits, people claiming they were abused by him. But he says he wasn't aware that the Southern District of New York was investigating him. And he claims once he realized he was being investigated, the appeal motion says he made sure not to contact these people anymore. The motion reads, although the government vaguely described contacts with two grand jury witnesses, it proffered no evidence of any threats or intimidation. The government could only state that there were 14 total contacts.
I don't think so, Mustang, because it's personal, Mustang.
And another witness who was contacted.
This ain't about cleaning up the industry.
Defense counsel
Diddy
explained
crossed
these
the line.
contacts involved no obstruction or witness tampering.
Crossed
For
the
example,
line.
one
Now he
witness
gotta pay.
contacted Mr. Combs, not the other way around. She reached out to Mr. Combs and told him, I'm a grand jury witness. After Mr. Combs informed defense counsel, he was instructed not to contact the witness anymore and didn't. So in other words, Sean Combs' defense counsel is arguing that the prosecution didn't meet its burden to hold him until trial.
Hey,
By the
Flim
way,
Flam, I
gotta
gotta make
say,
you a
we plan
mod.
to continue
Fuck
to
you, that.
follow all aspects of this Sean Combs saga as it progresses. And because of the support that we get from our incredible sponsors, that helps us to keep on doing this. So I want to call out one right now for you, our amazing partner, Morgan & Morgan. This is America's largest injury law firm. Look, here's the deal. If you're injured, you got to know what your legal rights are and whether you can be compensated. And Morgan has a dedicated team of over 1,000 attorneys, case specialists, paralegals, investigators. They have an incredible track record of multi-million-dollar verdicts and settlements. I'll give you recent examples. $6.8 million in New York, $12 million opposing this defense motion. And at the very beginning of their filing, they lay out the status of the case, right? The arrest, the indictment, what has been happening with bail. But they also re-emphasize the allegations and the charges against Sean Combs.
Must be trolling
So to set
then,
the stage, they
psycho.
say, as alleged, Combs and other members and associates of the racketeering enterprise, wielded the power and prestige of Combs' reputation in the entertainment industry to commit federal crimes, including racketeering, sex trafficking, and other offenses, including crimes of violence. From at least 2009 through 2024, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause female victims to engage in sexual activity, which included
What up, y'all?
sex
Did
acts.
y'all hear about the how he argued the girl with the remote? I ain't read that yet. Let me get to that. Did y'all hear how Diddy supposed to art the girl with the remote? Let's read that lawsuit. Let's read that lawsuit. I thought I got that. Let's check this out. I ain't even read that one yet. God damn. All right, let's read this one, y'all. Diddy posed to art this girl with a remote control, y'all. Come on, psycho, man. See, that's why you don't want Mars, because you be trolling. All right. Plaintiff met defendant Shane in February 2018 after an altercation with another man at a bar, and defendant Shane came to plaintiff rescue. While outside the bar with friends and other patrons, defendant Shane FaceTime video called defendant Diddy and was showing people defendant Diddy in the video of his phone, attempting to impress the people with his famous friend. Defendant Shane, who's Shane? Yo, do you have a last name? Then showed plaintiff defendant Diddy on his video call, which plaintiff ignored, stating she was not impressed by him knowing defendant Diddy because she believed defendant Diddy had something to do with the murder of Tupac Shakur. Visible in FaceTime call was defendant Diddy and some of his children, including his sons, Kristen and Quincy. It appeared from the plaintiff's perspective, defendant Diddy was having a get-together at his home during the time of the FaceTime call with defendant Shane. Defendant Diddy heard plaintiff's statement and made a remark that plaintiff would pay for her statement regarding Tupac and overall dismissal of defendant Diddy. On March 23, 2018, defendant Shane invited plaintiff over to his house to assist him with his cancer medication because he stated he was weak and unable to open his medication. Upon plaintiff arrival, defendant Shane informed plaintiff that he wanted to give her a ride in his new car. Plaintiff and defendant Shane left his residence for a brief period, then returned. Once they returned, defendant Shane left the door to his apartment partially open and stated that the door was ajar because there was an issue with the door where it couldn't close completely. Defendant Shane was renting an apartment on a lower floor of a home in California. Defendant Shane had a separate entrance into his residence that led to the backyard of his home. The home also had a main entrance on Loma Vista Drive. Defendant Shane rented the home from a woman who lived in the upstairs portion of the home and had two dogs who resided with her. Plaintiff and defendant Shane then began to watch a movie, and defendant Shane offered her a glass of water, which he retrieved and brought back to plaintiff. Approximately 10 minutes after plaintiff and defendant Shane returned from their drive, defendant Diddy entered defendant Shane's residence. Defendant Diddy entered the home in a grand, ready-to-party manner. His grandiose entrance was so loud that the dogs upstairs began barking. Defendant Diddy did not enter the home through the backyard entrance, but instead through the main entrance. Along with defendant Diddy were his bodyguards, defendant Doe 1, a woman who plaintiff later identified as defendant KK, another woman, small, skinny built, early 30s, with blonde, mid-length hair, who plaintiff has still been unable to identify, Jane Doe, defendant 2. Hold up, y'all. Defendant 2, who upon information and belief is a friend of defendant Shane and Diddy and defendant Diddy's driver, Doe 3, who remained outside in the vehicle during the duration of plaintiff's assault. Plaintiff believes defendant Shane invited her over to set her up to be assaulted by defendant Diddy because of the statement she made about defendant Diddy a month prior. Upon defendant Diddy's arrival, he immediately began to antagonize the plaintiff, stating that she thought she would never see him in person. Pay for her statements about Tupac during a video call, and that defendant Diddy caught plaintiff. Plaintiff was in shock, as she never believed that she would ever see or meet defendant Diddy in real life, let alone in a small apartment rented by defendant Shane. Defendant Diddy then began advancing toward plaintiff, was sitting on defendant Shane's bed with a knife and held it to the right side of plaintiff's face and threatened to give her a Glasgow smile. What the fuck is that? In retaliation for a previous statement on the video call. Defendant KK told defendant Diddy that she did not think giving plaintiff a Glasgow smile would be advantageous to their potential client, who they could sell plaintiff for sex to. Oh, this goes into what we were saying. These are sex workers. These are sex workers playing victim. Defendant KK then made a threat to plaintiff that they could ship her off anywhere in the world and that she would never see her family or anyone she knew ever again. Defendant Shane then partially undressed plaintiff. Then defendant Diddy removed the remainder of plaintiff's clothing, removing the knife from her face, and then retrieved a bottle of liquid from a large fanny pack. Defendant Diddy then squirted a bottle of liquid on plaintiff, which placed her in fear that she was being squirted with a chemical substance like acid. Plaintiff soon realized that the substance was an oil lubricant. Plaintiff was squirted with this liquid substance over the entirety of her naked body. How the fuck did she get naked? How'd she get naked? Removed. Defendant Shane then partially undressed plaintiff, then defendant Diddy, okay, removed the remainder of plaintiff's clothes. Like, yo, these are sex workers, y'all. Defendant Diddy then squirted a bottle of liquid on plaintiff, which placed her in fear. We already read that part. Defendant KK was then told by defendant Diddy to insert what looked like a syringe from sterile packaging into plaintiff's vagina. Defendant KK did as told, and then told defendant Diddy that she was unable to use the IUD because it had prematurely been released from its packaging. Defendant Diddy, upset by this, took the syringe from defendant KK and tried to insert it in plaintiff's vagina instead. Defendant KK and Diddy began to argue as defendant KK continued to advise defendant Diddy that since the IUD had been prematurely released from its packaging, it was no way they could insert it into plaintiff V effectively. After some time, defendant Diddy heeded the advice of defendant KK and removed the syringe from plaintiff V and handed it to defendant KK. Defendant KK and John Doe then exited defendant Shane's residence, leaving plaintiff alone with defendant Diddy. Shane and Doe's 1 and 2. Defendant Diddy then picked up a television remote that was near plaintiff and violently inserted it into plaintiff V. Defendant Diddy, while violently arguing plaintiff with a television remote, told plaintiff that her life was in his hands and that if he wanted, he could take her and she would never be seen again. Plaintiff then began hysterically crying from the threats by defendant Diddy, along with the pain of being vaginally awed by defendant Diddy with the television remote, as well as lingering pain from the ordeal with the IUD syringe insertion. Though, how did she allow all these things to happen to her, yo? Like, yo, come on, y'all. These are women they want to play. They want to play, and they allow these men to do whatever the fuck they want to do to them. Defendant Diddy then instructed defendant Shane to turn plaintiff on her stomach, seemingly tired of hearing plaintiff blood-curdling screams. I thought, hold up, yo. I thought they was out the run. Fuck, they came back? Thought they left the run. Yeah, they left the run. They left plaintiff alone with defendant Diddy, Shane, and those one. Leaving plaintiff alone, okay, with defendants Diddy. All right, no, they were still on the run. Okay. Gotta make sure everything line up. Defendant Shane then grabbed plaintiff by her abdomen and hips and turned plaintiff onto her stomach. Defendant Diddy then instructed defendant Shane to put a pillow over her head because he didn't want to see her face or hear her cries, and instructed defendant Shane to anally R plaintiff. Defendant Shane did as he was told by defendant Diddy and began to anally R. So why, see, this is another thing. Why aren't these people, why are you protecting these people? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. If all of this happened, why is Diddy name the only name being mentioned? Why is Diddy name the only name being mentioned? Yo, this is a horrible situation. This sounds fucking horrible. Why aren't everybody being talked about? Why are we using those one and those two? But we're using Diddy. We're using all these those and James and Johns. And they all did these horrible things to this woman. But we only promoting Diddy name. Like, yo, we gotta be, yo, you gotta pay attention to what's going on, man. Defendant Diddy then violently R plaintiff. All right. Defendant Doe 2 then joined defendant Diddy and Shane, taking a turn anally R-ing. Like, yo, this sound like a sex worker, y'all. I mean, and she probably got paid for her work. Fucked up as it sounds, she got paid for her work. Immediately after defendant Doe 2 R plaintiff, he exited. Like, this is that you can't use this word for this situation. This word don't belong here. Defendant Diddy then instructed defendant Doe 1 to also R plaintiff. Instead of immediately R'ing plaintiff, defendant Doe doused plaintiff with more oil lubricant and then jumped on top of plaintiff naked in old body treating. What? And jumped on top of plaintiff naked in old body treating it like a slip and slide, and knocking the wind out of plaintiff due to his enormous size. Defendant Doe 1 then caught himself from sliding over plaintiff's old body and off the bed, then began R-ing plaintiff like, yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Yo, this is nonsense. This sounds like they paid her for these services. These motherfuckers on some freaky deaky shit, and they paid her for this. While defendant Doe 1 was R-ing plaintiff, defendant Diddy sat in the chair near the bed and began playing with herself while recording plaintiff R by defendant Doe 1. Another party's phone fell on the bed near plaintiff. Plaintiff then attempted to grab the phone, but it slipped out of her hand and onto the floor due to the oil lubricant. Y'all told y'all, yo, get slippery in that motherfucker. That had been doused all over her person by defendant Diddy and Doe 1. Defendant Diddy began laughing at plaintiff, attempted to grab the phone. Throughout his violence, see this that scrambling, scraping shit Diddy be talking about. Throughout his violent gangbang style R, defendant Diddy made constant belittling remarks to plaintiff, including that he owned her now. Plaintiff's body was becoming more and more limp over the course of the violent R until eventually she had no control over her body, nor could she move her body. When defendant Doe finished R-ing plaintiff, defendant KK entered the room to examine the condition of plaintiff, who was barely able to move or control her bodily functions. Defendant KK examined plaintiff to see if she needed assistance and was about to give plaintiff an IV fluid. Plaintiff cannot be certain if she did or did not receive such intravenous intervention. Defendant KK then opened a different bag. Defendant then different than the one defendant Diddy removed from the oil, where plaintiff observed several medicine bottles, IV fluid bags, and other unidentified powder-like drugs. Defendant KK then removed the pill from one of the medicine bottles and gave it to defendant Diddy. Defendant Diddy then inserted the pill into plaintiff's mouth and down her throat to where plaintiff had no choice but to ingest the unknown pill. Yo, get the fuck out. Yo, this is a lot of forcing, yo. This is a lot of forcing, man. Defendant Diddy, Shane, KK, and Doe 1 then exited the residence to the backyard where they smoked marijuana and cigarettes. Plaintiff remained in an almost lifeless state in defendant's Shane bedroom until she finally regained her bodily function. Plaintiff then began looking for her clothes in her purse that contained her car keys and cell phone, but could not discover them in the room or anywhere in the apartment. Plaintiff was only able to find a t-shirt on the floor, which she put on to cover her naked body. Plaintiff also observed a black condom wrapper on the floor of the bedroom, which she assumed was used by one of the defendants, most likely defendant Diddy. How the fuck can she just assume it was used by him? How can she just assume? You said 3 people did this to you, and you just assumed it was used by Diddy. Okay. Plaintiff then grabbed the knife from the kitchen and hid it to the backyard where the defendant Diddy was smoking, as that was the only way to exit the premises onto the street. Plaintiff concealed the knife on her left side as she exited the apartment to the backyard. Upon coming to the exit of the home, was led to the backyard, plaintiff was met by defendant Doe 1, who was standing at the door between the residence and the backyard. By the time plaintiff was able to compose herself and come to the backyard, defendant KK was no longer in the backyard but was upstairs on the patio balcony with defendant Jane Doe. Defendant Doe allowed plaintiff to walk to the backyard where defendant Shane and Diddy were still smoking. Defendant Doe 1 did not see the knife that plaintiff concealed on her left side as it was obstructed by the oversized t-shirt plaintiff was wearing. Plaintiff observed defendant Diddy still partially nude from the assault, while defendant Shane and Doe had their clothes on. Defendant Shane then left to the upstairs portion of the patio balcony where defendant KK and Jane Doe were already seated. Plaintiff then sat down on a makeshift seat in the backyard when defendant Diddy noticed her presence and remarked that he was surprised she was able to walk because he had given her enough drugs to take out a horse. So she just sat down. She grabbed the knife and didn't leave. Sat down. Okay, she said she couldn't find the keys. So she didn't even ask for her keys. She just took a seat. Plaintiff then asked defendant Diddy what he had gave her, and he laughed and did not provide an answer. Defendant Diddy then made further comments to plaintiff in a jovial, friendly manner, asking her why they hadn't partied together before because it was so much fun, and he hadn't had any ass that tight in a while. Defendant Doe 1 then quipped at defendant Diddy that he probably hadn't had any tight, y'all see that word, because he's not used to having anally with women, which defendant Diddy and Doe 1 laughed at. Okay. Plaintiff then told defendant Diddy she did not party with him and she did not enjoy partying with him and that he awed her. Defendant Diddy did not like plaintiff's response to this lighthearted commentary. What? Defendant Diddy did not like plaintiff's response to his lighthearted commentary. Okay. And offered plaintiff money and instructed plaintiff to say that the violent awe was consensual and that plaintiff was a sex worker. The fuck did I tell y'all she was? She was a goddamn sex worker. It's obvious she's a sex worker. No, that's not the minor. The minor, we read that paperwork earlier. It's obvious this girl was a sex worker. Plaintiff began enraged and yelled at defendant Diddy that her awe was not consensual. She was not a sex worker, and she refused to take any money from him and would tell the police that he had awed her. Defendant Diddy then told plaintiff no one would ever believe that she had been awed by him, and if she tell anyone such that they would harm her family. Defendant Doe 1 then showed plaintiff his phone, which looked as if it was the outside of plaintiff's estranged sister residence, as she could see her sister sitting on a couch and her sister's spouse on the balcony. It looked as if someone was outside the residence streaming this video to defend. Yo, get the fuck out of here, yo. Get the fuck out of here, yo. Yo, you mean to tell me that fast, in that short time frame, they done went to her house? In that short time frame, they done went to her house and to scare her to say, man, shit, look, we already got somebody at your house. Man, fuck out of here. That's like a bunch of baloney. Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. All right, so let's read that part again. Defendant Doe then showed plaintiff his phone, which looked as if it was the outside of plaintiff's estranged sister's residence, as she could see her sister sitting on a couch and her sister's spouse on the balcony. It looked as if someone was outside the residence streaming this video to defendant Doe's one's phone. Plaintiff, while rattled by what she was saying by defendant Doe's one phone, was still angry about being gained and was not complying with defendant Diddy's request to take the money being offered to say the R was consensual. Defendant Diddy then called his mother in an effort to further convince plaintiff not to report her assault. Defendant Diddy's mother yelled at plaintiff, yo, what do his mother got to do with this? So is his mother so that can go into what Wissaconsin was saying. Okay. So that can go into what Jane Dale was saying. So Jane Dale might be some truth to what Jane Dale says. Did y'all see what Jane Dale said about Diddy mother? Why would he call his mother? I don't want to put no bad allegations on him, but Jane Dale said that Diddy mother operate in that field. You know, she got workers. And this sounds like one of if this is to be believed, this sounds like Diddy mother workers. Why would he call his mother? Who calls their mother if they do something like this? Like, yo, you can't participate in something willingly and then claim you got assaulted. That's not how that works. Yeah, right, Steve. Exactly. And that's what this sounds like. That's what this sounds like. Mother yelled at plaintiff to not hurt her son. Plaintiff told defendant Diddy mother that her son had violently awed plaintiff. Defendant Diddy's mother, seemingly unfazed by the statement, then continued her demands with plaintiff to take the money being offered and not report the awed to law enforcement. Defendant Diddy then made further threats that he had gotten off from bigger crimes than this and referred to Tupac again, further antagonizing plaintiff. Defendant Doe then turned to defendant Diddy and pulled his gun on him, asking him, hold up, Defendant Doe 1 then turned to defendant Diddy and pulled his gun on him, asking him to repeat what he had said in reference to Tupac. So now he's turning on Diddy. I thought they was all in this together. As the two of them were exchanging words, plaintiff went behind defendant Doe 1, where he seemingly began to protect plaintiff. Yo, get the fuck out of here, yo. I'm ready to stop reading this shit. Yo, this sound like a movie, y'all. Yo, who was saying this sound like a script to a movie? Yo, this really sounds like a script to a movie. Defendant Doe then advanced to defendant Diddy, questioning him over the comment he made about Tupac. During the commotion, the neighbor directly across the street came outside and peered into the backyard and asked, what is all the commotion about? Defendant Doe 1 then pointed the gun at the neighbor and instructed him to mind his business and return to his residence. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, come on down, y'all. His mother probably, what my man say, a madam. She probably is. Like I'm saying, yo, this is how they operate, y'all. This is a system. And that's what I've been trying to get. I don't even gotta read it. Y'all want me to keep going? It's a long ass lawsuit. I'm not reading all this, y'all. Let's start right here. Plaintiff then pushed defendant Diddy from behind while he was on the stone stairs outside, causing him to fall with his back to plaintiff. Plaintiff then raised the knife in a rage from the events that just transpired and with the intent of driving the knife into defendant Diddy's back when he turned around and began pleading for his life. Plaintiff, shocked now to see defendant Diddy acting as a victim, had a moment of clarity and then turned and ran down the outdoor stone staircase back out to the backyard to escape. Defendant Diddy then chased plaintiff down the stairs and attempted to push her, but she was already at the bottom of the stairs and gained her footing and wielding the knife at defendant Diddy, grazing his abdomen. Hearing the commotion, defendant KK and Jane Doe emerged, and defendant KK then began administering first aid to defendant Diddy for his injuries caused by plaintiff, so she stabbed him. Plaintiff tried to make a quick dash for the exit, but it was thwarted by defendant Doe 1. I thought defendant Doe 1 was on her side. He just pulled the gun on Diddy. After a period of time, plaintiff was able to abscond from defendant Doe 1 due to the first aid commotion with defendant Diddy and was able to run down the street. Once plaintiff made it onto the street, she began yelling loudly for someone to call the police. Defendant Doe 1, who had now caught up with plaintiff, advised plaintiff that he was an undercover cop. To this day, plaintiff is unsure of the truth or falsity of that statement. That same neighbor then again emerged from his residence, asking what was transpiring. Just as plaintiff was attempting to answer, gunshots began firing in plaintiff's direction. Plaintiff fled to a car near where the neighbor was also taking cover and lost sight of defendant. Yo, get the fuck out of here, y'all. Yo, this is crazy, y'all. This is Bad Boys 2. Hey, yo, wait. Yo, get the fuck out of here, yo. I'm gonna keep going. Yo, I don't mean to laugh, yo, but this is crazy, yo. Yo, hold up, yo. I'm gonna keep going. That should get interested. All right, hold up. Plaintiff, y'all funny as shit. Plaintiff fled to a car near where the neighbor was also taking cover and lost sight of defendant Doe 1. Plaintiff then heard an SUV screeching and speeding, leaving the residence. Plaintiff then entered the home of the neighbor who informed her that he had already called police. Plaintiff informed the neighbor that it was Sean Combs who had armed her and had shot at them, but the neighbor was unaware who defendant Diddy was. Shortly thereafter, a sheriff from the Costa Sheriff Department arrived at the neighbor's home. Plaintiff told the sheriff that she had been violently armed by defendant Diddy and others and that she did not have her clothes, phone, purse, car keys, or cell phone. The sheriff told plaintiff and neighbor that they had received several noise complaints prior to the neighbor's call and instructed the plaintiff to find a way to get home. Sheriff did not offer to take plaintiff home, nor did he call for emergency service, including an ambulance, nor any offer to take plaintiff to the hospital, nor any offer to help plaintiff recover her clothes or effects from the defendant Shane's residence. Yo, so the police just came and did nothing. Okay, continue. The neighbor offered to let plaintiff sleep on his couch until she figured out a way to get her possessions and get home. But plaintiff declined and only remained at the neighbor's residence for a short period of time once the sheriff left. Plaintiff then went back to defendant Shane's residence where she found the door open and her clothes were readily accessible in his residence. So they just left the clothes out. Defendant Shane then emerged as if nothing had transpired and offered for plaintiff to stay at his residence while she slept it off. Plaintiff asked for her purse and her keys, but defendant Shane told her she shouldn't leave in her condition, and plaintiff catatonic and in a state of shock and in disbelief of the events that transpired, stayed at defendant Shane's home while defendant Shane left the home. Later that morning, defendant Shane returned to the residence and woke plaintiff up, and finally gave her back her purse, cell phone, and keys. Plaintiff left defendant's residence. In a daze, plaintiff returned home and tried to make sense of all what happened to her. I bet the fuck she did. I'm trying to make sense of the shit too. On March 26, 2018, plaintiff contacted her primary care doctor and asked for HIV STD test in fear of possibly having contracted a disease from a violent R. Plaintiff tried to continue her life as she felt she wouldn't be believed, as plaintiff already had told Contra Costa Sheriff Department Diddy R'd her to no avail. Further, plaintiff was under the impression if she did continue to say defendant Diddy's name in relation to her assault, she would not be believed and her family would be in danger. Seemingly mere days, maybe even the day before plaintiff Vicious R, defendant Shane had miraculously begun driving a new car. Plaintiff believed this was payment by defendant Diddy for setting up plaintiff to be R'd. A few weeks later, in 2018, plaintiff, still in pain and reeling from the horrific assault, went to the hospital and her injuries had not been subsided. As her injuries had not been subsided from the assault, the hospital conducted several tests of plaintiff, including an R kit, ultrasound, and x-rays. Additionally, plaintiff was given IV fluids to stabilize her vitals as she was in severe weakened state from being unable to eat and losing a substantial amount of weight since the R occurred. While at the hospital, plaintiff told members of her treatment team about her horrific assault, and they then contacted the Walnut Creek Police. Walnut Creek Police showed up to plaintiff hospital room and took a statement regarding her assault on March 23rd. Plaintiff had already told Contra Costa Sheriff about her R and that it was defendant Diddy who orchestrated it on March 23rd, 2018, which was ignored. Plaintiff declined to refer to defendant Diddy again to the Walnut Creek Police, because she believed she would be ignored by Walnut Creek Police just as she was by Contra Costa County Sheriff, and or would be further harmed by defendant Diddy if he discovered she named him to police. You already named him to police. Plaintiff only told Walnut Creek Police about the assault from defendant Shane and Doe too. Plaintiff believed her statement made to Walnut Creek Police while at the hospital was captured by police body camera footage. They should still have that footage, y'all. This is 2018. Plaintiff further believes her statements made to Contra Costa Sheriff on March 23rd, immediately after the vicious assault, with plaintiff named Diddy directly by name, were captured by body cam footage. They should be able to get all of this. Plaintiff also filed a report to the police department on April 17, 2018, but again was too afraid to name defendant Diddy as one of her assailants. During the report, plaintiff provided her clothing to the police from the night of the assault, but they only retained her underwear. To date, her underwear was never returned, and plaintiff believes no investigation ever commenced. Plaintiff sought assistance from therapists in May 2018, one of which tried to have her therapy appointments covered by a victim compensation fund, which was rejected because plaintiff was told no law enforcement agency had an open active investigation into any of her many reports of violence. Subsequently thereafter, plaintiff asked police for a copy of her report from the Walnut Creek Police Department. On July 19, 2018, plaintiffs were provided a letter from the Walnut Creek Police Department stating that it was unable to furnish this information as it was confidential and not subject to public release, despite plaintiff not being the public and the victim. Yo, that is hard to believe. No, I can't, yo. The screen, I can only use the mouse if the screen is down. The screen is out here. The mouse, the slide thing is already over there. On March 28th, March 2024, plaintiff was re-traumatized by the events surrounding defendant Diddy, including several civil complaints filed against him, as well as the raid on defendants Diddy, California, and Florida. She was re-traumatized because his house got raided? Okay. I ain't never been that type of victim. I can't speak to that if that's the case. Plaintiff called Contra Costa Sheriff again in hopes of renewing her previous complaint and amending it to ensure defendant Diddy's name was included. Plaintiff received no response from the sheriff. Plaintiff in July 2024 then emailed the chief of sheriff office regarding her complaint, lack of investigation, and how she was treated by the initial responding officer. Plaintiff then later received a call back from a detective, but then nothing further. What's the detective's name? Why that detective's name not in here? Plaintiff then began seeking legal counsel for her claims, ultimately being referred to under design for representation. Under design counsel also attempted to get a copy of the 2018 police report from Contra Costa Sheriff, but was told that they would not provide the report or any other information without a subpoena. Yo, how you can't get information on your own case? Plaintiff incorporated by reference and realleges each of the preceding paragraphs and all paragraphs below as though fully set forth and brought in this cause of action. Defendant as well as others know. All right, so that's it right there, y'all. Yo, that was wild. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That was crazy. That was crazy. What the fuck was... Yo, that was crazy, y'all. And we skipped some of it. If we was to go back and, like, I don't even know how she got to stabbing him. She stabbed Diddy at one point. Hold up. She fucking stabbed his ass. Let's see if I can find it. See, that's why we read the we always read the paperwork, man. Like I don't do excerpts. We're gonna read the whole paperwork. That way we got all the information. Let me see, what part did I miss? Being pleading for his life. Saying everything again emerged to the residence. We read that part. Oh no, we ain't really missed nothing, y'all. Hey, right. Imagine being that neighbor. That neighbor got the proof. That neighbor should be able to substantiate everything that she said. Everything she said. But y'all appreciate everybody that tapped in. Y'all know I gotta get up in the morning. It's almost 2 o'clock. God, that lady's a bitch. See, if y'all support this, if y'all like the show, man, hit support the platform. Yo, Cash App Baltimore swag. I had no clue it was this late. I forgot we started late. I'm tired of this shit in the morning. But I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Y'all know we go live every day at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Every day. Monday through Sunday. Eastern time. We started a little bit late today because the Ravens game, which we beat the shit out of Tampa Bay. You know how we did. You know. Punish Tampa Bay. Yo, but I'm not buying them lawsuits, y'all. Y'all see, yo, that lawsuit was like a fucking movie. Like, all of that shit happened. You stabbed him. He pulled out a gun. He called his mother. He chased you down the street. He threw, like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, that sounds like an eventful day. Like, that was a very eventful day, y'all. For real. Like, god damn, that's a lot, yo. Like, how the fuck did all that happen at once? I thought I had a rough life. Shit. I thought I've been through some things. I ain't never been no shit like that. But yo, one thing I could probably say, the dude Jane Dale did say Diddy mother dibble and dabble in those type of situations. So I think it could be some validity to it. You know, that's how she operate. That's how she move. That's how he keep the show rolling. But if you're not locking everybody up, then the show is gonna continue to roll. If you're not locking up everybody, what the fuck you locking up Diddy for? What's up, y'all? Man, I don't know, y'all. That story sound crazy. Rewind that video and listen to that shit again. That shit sound wow. That story sounds crazy. It's like a fucking book or a movie, an action-packed film. Motherfucking Quentin Tarantino with some motherfucking body. Fucking shot that bitch. Yo, but let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. Hit the Cash App if y'all fucking with me. It's another day of Keep It G News, and I'm out. Appreciate it. All right, Charlene. All right, Yon. Appreciate y'all.